So we saw this story trending. This was hit up in my DMs like crazy, and I want to bring attention to it. This video was recently posted to Instagram of an awful assault on an elderly Asian male in San Francisco who was just trying to collect some recycled cans. The man was taunted, he was mocked with racial abuse before being robbed of his cans and what he was collecting. Take a look.
I hate Asians. Feel me? My kid.
So this initial video was taken down, but ended up going viral and making national news. The San Francisco mayor and police department have both spoken out saying they are investigating the incident, working to identify the victim. I actually called the San Francisco Police Department, and the one thing that I am upset about is that the city is not recognizing this as a hate crime. So this is so important for people to come forward who have witnessed this, because as you can see in the video, there's neighbors standing by, there's children watching this happening. Obviously, the attackers collecting forward. Not only did the man who collected the cans was involved in the incident, but the person recording was the one that yelled, "I hate Asians," and was bold enough to post it. I want to say that this is not an isolated incident when it comes to racism against Asians. I want to share this video here that I found of a New York subway moment that was happening against an Asian woman. She's wearing a mask, which a lot of us Asians do because we want to protect ourselves from the pollution. She's struck by this man. He calls her a diseased bee, continues to hit her. The woman who took out her camera was then hit by him because he was hitting her on the head numerous times. She ran after him, and then he hit her back and took her down, bleeding. I just want to say that it's crazy to me because every fight that I got into when I was younger was because I was hearing racial slurs against my parents. My parents don't speak English very clearly, and so I would always have to defend them. But my mom would always say, "Nahum Titman," which is they don't like us. Just worry about your work, like Dion said earlier. Just work, and that's why I see Asians all working so hard, and they don't come up and they don't think, and this frustrates me because me, Jeannie, I was born different. I cannot sit when something wrong is happening, especially against people. So I just say this is a problem. This is not, I'm not talking about just racism against Asians. This is racism, period. This is minorities against minorities. Yo, guys, we all know what it's like to struggle living in our skin. Why are we doing this to each other? This is racism itself, and racism is not going to save racism. So I just ask you guys to please open up this conversation, not only within your own race, but also to your other ethnicity. You should have friends of other ethnicities in your circle. You need to talk about your struggle. You need to talk about the incident. Don't brush it aside. You need to be heard. And for anybody who has information about this, please, I'm going to post an Instagram. Bring it to me. I have an exact number that I can get this to the San Francisco Police Department to get this investigated the way it should, so this man gets justice, and I need to financially support this man. So please, help us.
This brought up so many, like I watched it and I actually was showing it to Amanda and I got emotional. I was like, what is happening here? Why do I feel so emotional? I also told her she should not see me after watching movies like Selma and Just Mercy because I have emotional breakdowns. Right. With that being said, I got emotional because as a child of an immigrant, it almost seems expected for people to make fun of your parents. I remember my dad going to parent-teacher conferences and being mocked by teachers or like laughing in a corner like, we're not understanding what you're saying, and me feeling shame.